Hello everyone, welcome to the market outlook for the week. Gaurang Shah here from Geojit Financial Services, and as I speak to all of you all this Monday morning, markets did get a little bit of more selling pressure, but have recovered from the lows that we've seen in the morning. Before I go any further, let me give you certain levels. This Monday morning at around about 10:30, Sensex is down 310 points, 77,260 is the level on Sensex. Nifty is down about 75 odd points, 23,450 is the level on Nifty spot. Bank Nifty up 140 points, 50,310 is the level on Bank Nifty. Rupee dollar equation and crude oil, well, rupee is down and out but has seen minor recovery, minor strength in the rupee. Current levels are 84.39 rupees to a dollar with a strength of 0.0075 paise. And on the crude oil front, Brent and NYMEX, $71.35 to a barrel is Brent, $67.22 to a barrel is NYMEX. Brent and NYMEX by default, not more of demand supply, but depending upon the outcome of and the news flows from the Middle East. And on the rupee dollar front, I think one needs to recognize the fact that it is not only the rupee, that is the Indian currency, which is weak against the dollar, but currencies across, whether it is developed market and especially emerging market like India, all currencies in the emerging market have been weaker against the dollar for quite some time. Interference from central banks and banks may give a little bit of short-term respite, but eventually I think there is going to be more strength in the dollar against emerging market currencies, so one has to be prepared for that. Winter will be approaching. Demand for crude oil can be expected to go up, but not significantly is going to impact the pricing. Pricing is going to be impacted by what the outcome, news flow and the situation is in the Middle East. Now coming to the market friends. Sizable amount of sell-off in the month of October, and somewhere close to about 29,500 crores is the number where the FIIs have sold for the month of November till date. And there has been a historical sell side number for the month of October. This sell side number can continue given that we are virtually approaching the year end. FII sell side can be witnessed going forward from here on, but large chunk selling from the FIIs, one can possibly assume that it is there already been done and dusted, so small rounds of selling will be there. And equally supportive has been the domestic institutions in terms of the buy side figure. If they have not matched it, but they have almost come closer to the sell side number of what FIIs have sold and what domestic institutions have bought. And that is one of the reasons why we are witnessing close to about 10% plus kind of correction on both Sensex and Nifty. Levels to watch out for on the Nifty spot, it's going to be a broad range. 23,300 to 23,400 on the lower side, 23,600 to 23,800 on the higher side. Whether we can expect a little bit of bounce back in the market, well, one cannot rule that out, but how sustainable that is going to be a big question mark. And there is also a fact that we have possibly entered that oversold zone, and very crucial levels in terms of support levels for Sensex and Nifty. Not to forget, there has been a disappointment as far as the Q2 earnings is concerned. We have virtually seen curtains down as far as the second quarter earnings is concerned, and to sum it up, not too much of bright spots and a lot many dark spots. But the question is whether corporate India can recover from this. And if you go by the commentary from certain managements who have declared the numbers for the second quarter and a follow-up on commentary, well, there have been bright spots in terms of recovery visible in third, fourth quarter and the next financial year. And markets have priced in both of these things. One is the sell side number from the FIIs, and the second one is disappointment in terms of Q2 earnings. So we need to be a little bit cautious in terms of our expectation for the market, not only for the calendar year end 24, but also for the next calendar year and of course next financial year. Only and only if there is going to be earnings improvement will the valuation support. If there is going to be disappointment, I think the valuation will adjust accordingly. There is also a feeling on the street that certain pockets, as far as the small cap, mid cap and micro cap are concerned, there is a view that small cap and micro cap can witness a little bit of more selling pressure. Large cap, I think, will witness value buying in terms of certain sectors and pockets, with of course focusing on the kind of business and the opportunity that lies ahead. One more issue, friend, is the volatility index, that is India VIX, which is at above 15. This India VIX needs to settle down to a much lower level if we have to see a range bound consolidation trade. If India VIX is going to stay at 15 and above, then the volatility is going to be at an elevated level. So we need to focus on the India VIX also. Possibly settling down closer to 12 or thereabouts will be something that one needs to watch out for in terms of stability coming into the market. State elections, Maharashtra will vote for the state election on 20th, that is this Wednesday. And of course other state election results outcome will have its impact on the market. So it's going to be a very challenging time in terms of any kind of sustainable recovery. From a trader's point of view, I think it is best to leave it to your own fine sense of judgment in terms of what you want to make out of it. But let me say this, it is going to be very, very challenging for short-term traders or medium-term traders to get any meaningful trades right. But one can expect some kind of a pullback after being in this oversold zone and a downward move for maybe more than a month and a half. So you will get days of respite, but sustainability is a big question mark. In terms of the election outcome, well, I think it's going to be more of a knee-jerk reaction, and markets will react to it accordingly, the way we have seen markets reacting to other elections also. So, and more importantly, I think Maharashtra being the financial capital, Mumbai being the financial capital, there will be extra amount of interest in terms of who's going to get how many seats, how many votes, and finally who's going to form the government at the state level. So friends, we are in a little bit of difficult and challenging times, but the fact of the matter is that we've been resilient also. After seeing lows of somewhere close to about 23,360 odd levels, that was the low for today, Nifty spot, we are able to bounce back. Nothing meaningfully, but marginally we've been able to bounce back. So maybe, near about this 23,300 or thereabouts, plus minus 50-100 points, you may find markets trying to stabilize a little bit. But like we mentioned, that stability is not going to be a durable one. It will be very choppy, it will be very volatile, and of course one has to remember that some small side FIIs figures can be expected as we go forward by end of November and maybe first 2 weeks of December. Times like this have been very, very challenging, and it is also very challenging in terms of finding out investment ideas. But nevertheless, we still believe that the growth story is intact despite the kind of sell-off that we've seen, and markets have to adjust to all the realities. So the most ideal thing to do is to start bargain hunting from the frontline names and then possibly go on to select mid-cap names. We have two large cap names. One is from the telecom pack and the other one is an IT major. From telecom pack, we have been positive on Bharti Airtel for a long time. It's only prudent to emphasize the name again given the price and time correction that we witnessed and the opportunity that lies ahead in terms of performance quarter on quarter, and of course increasing subscriber base, usage of data, etc., and possibility of another tariff hike going forward, maybe by end of this year or early next year. So Bharti Airtel is and of course it's been the second largest service provider, cellular service provider in its sector. So Bharti Airtel is the first name. Second one is from one sector which has been a little bit resilient in this kind of a sell-off, has been and of course the outcome of US state election is the IT pack. HCLTech is the name over here. Pretty resilient in terms of performance, has been delivering numbers quite decent quarter on quarter compared to some of the other large cap names in the IT universe. and keeping in mind the business opportunity. So if we have to sum up all these things and give a recommendation, then of course HCLTech would be the second name from the frontline IT pack on which we are extremely positive. Mind you friends, these two are long-term investment ideas. You need to have a longish time horizon, 12 months, 16 months, 18 months plus, to get a meaningful entry. Start bargain hunting from current levels in a phased out manner. Small amounts can be invested at current levels, and as and when the market gives you an opportunity, you can possibly add to these two stocks at lower levels. But mind you, these are long-term investment ideas. Thank you very much for your patience hearing, and I'll see you again next week. Till then, please do take care of yourself. Bye-bye.